Crypto for beginners, easy 1, 2, 3 system. We have pre-recorded courses, live mentorship, and AI-driven apps. That's the 1, 2, 3 system. So we have pre-recorded courses, have 100 minutes. It's going to catch you up to date on what's the current lingo into the stocks and crypto courses. Then we have live mentorship. I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to show you. So we have the easy 1, 2, 3 system is we have pre-recorded courses. For example, with stocks and crypto, as you see right here on the screen. And I'm also doing a volume check as we're doing this. And right there, when you have access to the community, sorry, doing the, yeah, looks like we got it. Okay, just want to make sure we have volume. So when you have access to the community, we recommend that you get caught up on the first 100 minutes. This is your first 100 minutes right here. What this is going to do is get you caught up on certain terminology that's very important. You know, in every major industry, whether it's medical or fitness or finance, there are certain words and phrases and, you know, ways that they talk that it just really helps to learn the lingo, get caught up. This is what's really unique about the IOV Academy. Instead of just having to randomly scratch all the best information from YouTube and find out the most important 100 minutes, they've done it for us. They've compiled the top most valuable information, compressed it into 100 minutes over 17 different lectures. You can do it in less than 2 hours and get caught up. So that's your first step. Number 1 is we have pre-recorded courses. Number 2, we have live mentorship. This is welcome to our Go Live. So we have 4 different Go Lives. Since right now we're talking about stocks and crypto, let's look in on that. Show you what that looks like. Right here, we get our most viewed educators. I'm going to share with you my favorite for beginners is right here is Curtis Cobain. And I'm going to scroll down. These are the times. They list the shows from Sunday to Saturday. Most shows are Monday through Friday, but there are some weekend shows sometimes. I'd say most are Monday through Friday. Now, Curtis, every Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, whatever time that is to you, he has what's called a portfolio watch. Now, I feel like this is really important for beginners because the crypto market is really huge, right? And I'm just going to share with you how huge it is. There's a free website that you can have access to. We all have access to it. It's called coingecko.com, and it tells us a lot of what's going on in the market. And there's probably things that are going on that aren't even on here, that's getting on here soon. But right now it's listing that there's 16,285 different coins. And how are you going to select which ones to invest into and stuff like that? So anyway, Curtis Cobain assist us. If we can get back to that. Curtis, here we go, right here. Curtis, he helps us to build out a portfolio. And I really love how he broke it up, and it helped me get clear on it as far as being an investor in the market, is that if you look at the whole market has a market cap, right? And I'll show you over here on the crypto coingecko.com. If you look over 3 places over, it says market cap, 3.5 trillion, right? And he lists our different ways to invest is per market cap. So he broke up cryptos by market cap. So you have like a main cap mid caps, low caps. Obviously, the higher mid caps are the bigger ones, the middle ones, and the low ones. Sometimes the low ones can be the most risky, but sometimes offer a higher return. But then the high ones can be sometimes the most secure. They're going to be around longer, they're more established, and still can offer great value. So it just depends on your situation. And that's the thing. Everyone, you, we, I have our own goals, right? So based on your goals, you build out your portfolio. That's the thing, is to learn how to build your own portfolio. And that's the beauty of it, is to do that. And you do that by being a member with us in the IOV Academy. So we have pre-recorded courses to get you caught up on your current terminology. We have live mentorship from over 60 plus different educators. And last but not least, we have what it's all kind of my favorite, but this is really my favorite because I use this probably most of all. It's AI-driven apps. The IOVA company has developed some amazing artificial intelligence-driven apps that assist us to navigate the market. I personally love to navigate the market. I trade Bitcoin I'm an investor. Now, the more that I've studied Bitcoin, this thing is I started my own personal story with this as I started first buying into Bitcoin in 2017. So I've always been a buyer because I knew that I was going to profit from it, right? So, and that was how I got started into it. But now that I'm starting to understand some of the reasons behind why it's becoming so accepted and so used, and why countries and companies and everybody's recognizing the importance of what Bitcoin will do for the economy, the more of a long-term investor I am. So you can invest on the long term. For me, everybody's long term is different. I'm 56, so I'm kind of thinking about, I'm trying to project 20 years ahead, right? So when I'm, God willing, I'm in my mid 70s, and that's kind of where I'm projecting, right? Where things could potentially go, what could happen, if it all, the bullish case scenario, that if it all worked out the way that we hope it's going to work out. So you can buy for that, like a long term, 10, 20 plus year term. Some people just plan on just passing it down generation after generation. So it just kind of depends on where you're at. It's all really where you're at on your journey, right, with it. So that's the thing. But when it comes to cryptos, Bitcoin, etc., plus we can invest for the long term, like long term, or we can invest for we can trade in and out. It just all depends on what you're into. That's more risky, but it takes more study. People do it. Some people do it successfully, and some people fail at it. So it just all kind of depends on, but just learning it. I think what I have found is that by the time you go through the stocks and crypto course, to 100 minutes here, you get onto the live mentorships, you're going to know what kind of trader you are. And then you can use these applications to assist us to navigate the market. So I'm going to share with you two of my favorite tools, which is Swipe Coin Scalper and Levels, right? So I'm going to start with Levels. This is Levels right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and say I have a 5-year target and a 20-year target. Those are kind of my, and then there's some little targets in between, but that's just where I'm at with it, right? Wherever you're at with it, wherever you're at with it. I'm just sharing with you my journey. And I'm also just basically doing my own research, but just sharing with you as I'm using the tools, because we are looking for people to join us on this journey and become join arms with us. And you can have access to these tools too. So this is Levels, AI-driven app. This is Bitcoin compared to the US dollar, and each candle is 1 week candle. So you may or may not be familiar with how candles work. Candles are fascinating. I have a book, and I'm gonna, I haven't quite dived into it the way I want to dive into it, but it is really an art. And what they say is that candles really tell a story. And I've learned some things about candles, but my goal, and I'm just declaring it right now, my goal this year is to just take on mastering candles. I feel like it's just one other thing that can just take my investing trading to the next level is mastering candles. But they tell a story, right? So, but one thing they're telling us is the time frame at this point. So this is levels on the weekly time frame. Each candle, green, red, green, green, red, green, 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 red. They're each 1 week in duration, right? So this is kind of based on my research. These are some things that could potentially play out over the next, hide this, weeks. But this can go a lot faster. There's a lot of heat on this industry right now. A lot of people are getting behind this. Governments are allowing. It's really fast. Strategy that I have found that a lot of people do like is to just dollar cost average. That's one strategy I do, not financial advice. At least every week, I put money into the market. So I take money that I'm earning and I just put it into the market weekly. That's one way to add to it. You're just dollar cost averaging because nobody really knows how it's all going to play out. We love to speculate and have fun with it. I've drawn out some fun examples. I'm just speculating. This could happen. We could go bounce up. But the next definite target I feel like is the 109, which we did briefly hit right here. If you look at it right here, and I had that target up there before. You can go back and look at the videos, but we did hit it. So we tapped it there. But I feel like we're gonna really embrace the 109 to 119 range. It's gonna embrace that on as a next level of big resistance to get through and then flip it up on up. But I feel like that's the real next big target based on not just what I'm saying, but I've listened to a lot of different educators and kind of come up with a conclusion of a few different people's opinions and my own. And this is what I feel like the next target is like 109 to 120. But one thing I'm doing with this personally is I'm dollar cost averaging into it. And every time it dips, right now, the fact that we are currently under 100,000, I'm grateful because a lot of the bullish people that are really talking are saying that it's not impossible to think that this can go above 1 million in value. So if it's under 100,000 now, and just say you bought it at 100,000, if it goes to 1 million, that's 10 times your money. But now one thing I'll share with you is don't think you have to buy a whole Bitcoin at once. Each Bitcoin is broken up into 100 million Satoshis. So you have 1 point and then you have 8 zeros. I think I did that right. So you can buy $10 worth of Satoshis. You can buy $100 or $1,000, 10,000. You don't have to buy the whole thing. So that's the thing is I think a lot of people may not understand. You can download from an exchange. Not financial advice. I'm just letting you know you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. But if you knew that it was going to go from potentially go from 100,000 to 1 million, that if you put in 100, it could potentially go to 1,000. That's the idea. That's the investment side of it. But what's really fascinating, I found out about Bitcoin, is its use case and why it's so popular. And there's a book on the market called The Bitcoin Standard. Consider looking it up. And the idea, though, is that what I'm learning is that what government issued money, what's called fiat money, they get inflated. Like, for example, in the USA, which I love my country, we've been having a problem with inflation and inflated money supply. So you have everybody earns our money, right? But then when the government prints a couple of $1 trillion and puts it out in circulation, then that it does stimulate the economy at the time, but then it also makes the money less valuable because there's more and more of it, right? So the thing with Bitcoin, they used to measure money against like the gold standard, they called it. But now, and there's reasons for that, I'm not going to get into, but now they're doing it saying that Bitcoin is this useful, best case, like a great hard money asset that I feel like hopefully it's looking like and I want the whole world to do well, but as I want our country, USA, I want us to do really well. And it's like we're taking on, our new administration is really recognizing the use case of all this, that it's important that we become the leader in this industry. And what's really great is that us as people that are not in the high upper, we have a chance to buy into this stuff way before a lot of people on Wall Street are buying into this now, but there's a lot of things that aren't regulated. Like I know there's a lot of investment companies that they're not giving this crypto access to their customers yet because they're unclear of all the regulations. Once the regulations get clear, what they're saying is there's going to be a floodgate of money entering into the system from governments and big businesses putting it on their balance sheet. So that's what's going to push the market up. But we'll see. That's a bull case target. But anyway, our next short-term target could be by the end of the year, could be in the first quarter, is 119 to 120. And then my bull case for 2025, I'll share that with you. My bull case, sometime in 2025, I say we go up to about 180K, somewhere in that 150 to 200 range. But I feel like right where I'm saying calling 180, pull back to about 140. Everyone's going to get real nervous again, right around 140 or 135, and then we're going to push back up to the next. But I'm just speculating. I don't know. This could have been the tippity top right here. The last time that we reached about 108, 109, that could have been it, and we could be down from here. It could be a lot of things, but that's why I drew out these little speculations right here, because we could bounce down. I don't think we're going to go to 40, but some people have made the case that we could go down to 70. I hope we do, because that gives us more time to buy into it. I mean, the further it goes up, the harder it is to ever achieve actually having the amount. But you can still keep buying into it. That's the thing. Some of the people that are really big believers in this project, the Bitcoin being true hard money, is that at any price you buy it, it's gonna keep increasing in value. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm buying into it, and but also on one hand, though, I'm kind of going into it with kind of one eye open, saying, okay, this whole thing, what if something happened and for some reason it all falls apart, which I hope never does. But I feel like we have to be ready for that case too. So we have to be ready for both cases. That's why, I don't know, I like watching it. If it ever comes to that point, and but hopefully not. This is supposed to be something that's going to last hundreds of years into our monetary global system. So, and each country can thrive. It doesn't, but that's the idea. So, and that it's hard money. As it is, each country's money gets so inflated and so worth less that people have to make so much more money. They have to earn that somehow. They have to generate more money to pay for everything. So it's very fascinating if you dive into the whole study of it. But this is Bitcoin on the zoomed out approach, right? I'm going to go ahead and save this. All right. Then also too, I'm going to look at some of my other top 5. So the way I've kind of laid it out personally, and everybody has to do your own thing, is I have my top 5 long-term position plays, right? So ETH, have an ETH position, and look at this. Wow, it's a good place to buy. I'm really trying to load up right now. At some point, we're gonna lose this $3,000 Ethereum, I feel like, and it is at a just above a daily level support. I feel like it's a good value right here. A lot of the educators I've heard, this is not financial advice, but speak of perhaps a 15,000 Ethereum. But you know, you do you. But that's kind of what's out there and what's possible. So I'm going into it with that in mind, and that it's going to be here long term. There's actually people building and doing things on this, and that it's going to be here years from now, adding value. Right now, let's look at. I want to look at 3 others right now. Let's see here. ADA position. Oh, okay, ADA, Solano, and Link. I'll go with Link next. Link is at $25. Oh man, I have a goal by the end of 2025 to have so much Bitcoin, so much Ethereum, so much Chainlink, so much Solana, and so much Cardano. Those are my big 5, and I seem to can't get it fast enough. But the levels are holding down nice and low right now. They're right at support. They're not blown up. They're like up here, like at $30. My family, my uncle has used the phrase "squeezing the dollar." We always want to get the best value for our dollars, right? So if we buy at the support levels, the levels app, the AI-driven app, shows us where the support levels are. We're going to get the most for our value. If we can buy around $22, see, I had bought some in that range as well. We're getting the best value for our money, right? We're buying at the lowest price, right? That's the beauty of it. Not financial advice, but this app levels an artificial intelligence driven app shares us where the levels are, the good levels to buy and sell. Let's look at Cardano and Solano. Let's see. Okay, here's Solano. Beautiful. Still under $200. I feel like it's gonna break up over $200 again. I'm trying to accumulate as much as I can under the $200. Right. So, but it was down to 180. Now it's at 197. So you can see how these things move around. But if you can catch them at the right moment, you can get some nice prices, nice low prices. Let's look at Cardano right here. Cardano. It's coming down a little bit, which has been nice because it also popped up. Look here. When you're it's kind of like shopping, right? Do I want to buy it at $1.30 or do I want to buy it at 93 cents? Give me that 93 cents Cardano. That's what I'm talking about. There's rumors of a potential $3 plus Cardano, not financial advice. And yeah, I'd rather buy it at 60 cents, but anything under $1, I feel confident about long term, 1-2 weeks. just kidding. There's a comedy episode where they were just kidding around. They were saying how they were long-term investors. Oh, 1-2 weeks. But no, I'm talking years. I think Cardano is going to be around for years. So that's the idea. So I'm going to save that. So those are my top 5. Okay. Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Now I want to look at Bitcoin closer up on the scalp position. So a little messy. All these zones, we just broke all these zones right here. I'm going to zone out, just zoom out a little bit right here. 4 hour. Yeah. 15 minutes. So let's look at, to get closer, to really zoom in. Sometimes to get really, I like levels on the zoomed in. I need to clean up some charts, clean up my levels on the low end, on the scalp side. But this tool right here, also by the IOV Academy, is called the Swipe Coin Scalper. And you can see the 2 bars below or 2 zones that, had you been in the academy and you were a trader, you were a day trader, right? And you were watching this market. We don't know which way it's going to go, right? You're looking at it like this. What's the matter? Okay, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. We don't know which way the market's going to go, right? So we're watching along. Boom. Okay, we get a breakout. We get a breakout right here, but it gives us the levels. The system gives us these levels saying, okay, it's kind of like you're waiting on the person to kind of go. Okay, it's going this way. And that is literally how fast it goes sometimes. And this zoomed right out. Look, but if you were scalp trading this and you were watching it, right, you would have gotten in right here. This would have been your entry. Even if you would have got the worst case entry, 95,138, just say you got 95,138. I didn't scalp trade this, but say you got 93,158, and now we're at 98.5. Look at that. That's a big, whoo, that's, let's see, 90, let's see, what was that? 90, let's call that 95 to 98. So $3,500 jump in 1, 2, 3, 4, about 2 hours, right? About 2 hours worth. But really, you would have taken profits here. And now we're kind of waiting to see again. Now are they gonna bump up again, or are they gonna bounce down? That's the beauty of it. We don't know, but that's a big jump that's a $3,500 move in less than a couple of hours. That's the power of Bitcoin. It's how strong it can be sometimes, right? And it can go the other way too. It's just really fascinating, right? So this is really for beginners. So Crypto Easy is 1, 2, 3. We have pre-recorded courses, 100 minutes to get caught up on all the lingo. We have live mentorship, over 60 different educators, get you caught up on to teach you the latest things. You can ask questions live. And then we have several different AI-driven strategies to assist us to navigate the market, just like Swipe Coin Scalper here. And if you want to talk to me about the Academy, send me a message, send me a smoke signal. Let's connect. That's why I'm doing these videos, is to reach out to someone that's looking to take your finance level to the next level. If you're curious about this market, I encourage you to give it a chance. And if you do give it a chance, I encourage you to go like a year and a half, study and taking action. And I feel like your life be leveled up big time, right? All right, be blessed. Remember that health is wealth. Without our health, what does it all matter? What earthly possessions that we might have? I was just having this conversation the other day with a client that our health is way more important than money. I feel like our health is wealth. Money, that's the thing, understanding what money is about. As a business person, I want to offer more, and as just my mission on earth is just to offer more value to people, offer as much value as I can. I feel like my area of value is going to be offering it in fitness and finance, right? Being a part of the IOV Academy and being around thousands of other members like myself, like a family, and we learning together and growing together, let's if you're ready to go to the next level, let's go to the next level. The link to join is inside the description of the video, or just reach out to me. Let's go over your specific questions. All right. Appreciate your time and your energy. And oh yeah, health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Remember we used to say cash is king? How about cash flow is king? Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. Think about it. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.